KFC confirms almost 90 restaurants will stay open on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day, you have the chance to get yourself what I would say is a Japanese Christmas dinner. Because at this point, we know KFC to normally be open in Japan, and people pre-order, I think, like a month in advance to make sure and get their spot on that list for a KFC. Some people drive extra far to be able to get their KFC, but this year in England, you'll be able to order through UberEats, Deliveroo and Just Eat. And like you just heard at the beginning of the video, there is at least 80 to 90 restaurants that will be open. As in their actual open times, I'm not too sure right now. But there is a whole load of restaurants here from different locations. As you can see, this is Birmingham. Plenty more restaurants as well. Bradford, Bristol. They're going to be open everywhere across the UK. So, the question is, are you planning on having yourself a traditional Christmas dinner? Or are you planning on having yourself a Japanese traditional dinner? I might have said that a bit weird then. I probably did, yeah. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I think that's quite interesting, to be honest with you. That's crazy. And the list is still going. There is going to be KFCs open all across the UK on Christmas Day. Leave it in the comments and let us know, what are you thinking? Are you definitely getting yourself a Japanese dinner? I would definitely think about this. I'm going to be out for a few hours on Christmas Day, so we'll see what happens. But on another note, UberEats has brought Looking Fantastic, if I said that correct, I think I did, to Uber. So anything that you need on a last minute Christmas present or in general, it's always going to have that option. But right now they have quite a few Christmas gifts for him and her. So yeah, that's quite interesting. On a different note, have you been doing refunds? If you have, warning to you, because Uber Eats is now pressing charges. Well, not Uber itself, but they're moving forward with the police to have fraudulent charges put on you. If you are someone that is doing AI receipts trying to get a free refund or free food, which is crazy really. To think one of the reasons that I started making videos like this, i.e. delivery rider, was because I'll deliver and as soon as you leave you get the phone call, and the phone call goes a little something like this. Hi, I didn't receive my food. What do you mean? I just handed it to you. I literally just handed you the bag. No, I think I'm missing something. But on the list it said one item and I gave you that bag and there was an item in the bag. So at the point when the person realised, oh wait, I think I've called the driver, they've picked the phone down, made their way through to customer service, and at one point, we used to get asked all the time, did you deliver the order? And I'd be like, yeah, of course I did. What, what do you mean? And then eventually the pins came along and all the rest of it. But I realised at one point, if I don't start filming the ins and outs of what's taking place, I could possibly lose my job. I need to have some sort of video evidence that shows that the order was delivered, in other words. Because it became a big thing at one point. Everyone was just doing these refunds, and you could tell they were doing refunds because it would come up on the item list saying this customer has reported missing items before. So sometimes you'd be able to show the staff in the restaurant just so that they're aware, hey, this person might try and do a refund. So like they'll be on top of the bag to make sure that everything was in there correct, and then it will come back through again saying something was missing even though it wasn't. So yeah, I think at one point we witnessed like McDonald's in a week like £420 or more in just refunds on Uber Eats alone, which is crazy to think that that's how much people are scamming of free food. It's crazy now because you can end up with a criminal record for that. And the worst thing is, you're sending in images that have a watermark. So the AI is going to mark the image to leave information behind. Even if it was to be done on Photoshop, it would still leave information to display that it's from Photoshop. So you're cooked, really. And what's the point in doing fraud in your own name to your own bank account? That don't make no sense, man. Because when someone does commit fraud in your account now, is the bank really going to see it as fraud, or are they going to think you're lying about it? That's the question. And look here, this is the unlucky customer. This person might have been missing some stuff but can't get a refund. And the reason for that is now is because the amount of times you complained and said, hey, I'm missing this and I'm missing that. But the restaurant turned around and said, nah, we packed that bag to the max. So, yeah. It's crazy to think, though, that some people go to that max just to get a free food. If you can't afford it, why are you buying it? That's the real truth, you know? But, yeah. And it's a shame, really, because you see businesses closing down and losing money because then they have to pay the bill. Which some of you be like, oh, that's their problem, da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, if you're a driver, you're losing another restaurant. That's more jobs you're losing access to. So it's never a good look. But on that note, this is a short video. Tomorrow I've got another video for you all. I am waiting to film the Grinch, but I'm waiting for the right time, the right day. And more than likely, I think some of you might get what I'm saying there. But until that note, you guys know what it is. Hopefully the lighting's correct in this video. So, yeah, catch you guys soon.